Hello everyone, welcome to Chuck's Guitar Geekery. Today I'm going to be talking about the Mooer radar. Specifically, I'm going to be going over 4 different applications that I see this pedal being useful for. Now, if you don't know, the Mooer radar is a pedal-based impulse response cabinet simulator, but it also has a few more tricks up its sleeve. It also has power amp simulation as well as an EQ. And it's got a whole slew of different cabinets in there. It's got 4 different power amp options, and honestly there's plenty of other videos going over all these different features and how to set it up. I'm not going to go over that. I'm just going to do the 4 different sound samples. Now, I use this pedal largely in conjunction with a load box, in which I send the line out from the load box into the Mooer radar just for the cabinet and mic simulation. Now what this does is allows me to have usually a small tube amp, but absolutely cranked and getting that tube saturation that everyone loves, but pretty much silent in the room. A second application that you can do is if your amp has an effects loop, you can use the effects send from the amp, send it to the Mooer radar, and also use the power amp simulation in it. Preamp will still work when the amp is in standby mode, so technically you can use this for silent recording too, and you also have a tube preamp. Third application is if your amp has a headphone out. Even though most manufacturers say it's cabinet simulated, chances are it doesn't sound like a cabinet simulation. So throw the Mooer radar on, it speeds it up a little bit. And the fourth application, which I honestly see most people using this for, is just putting it at the end of their pedal board. To do this today, I'm going to be using a TC Electronic Dark Matter distortion pedal, and also a Mooer re-echo for a little delay. And I'm going to have the pedal on the same settings throughout all of these different tests. So to start off, I'm going to demonstrate the head going through a load box, then into the Mooer radar. Today I'm going to be using they call it the UK Citrus. It's one of the stock presets. I'm assuming that's based on an Orange 412. It's the one I like the most. It's also simulated being mic'd with a SM57, so let's jump into it. So next I'm going to demonstrate using the effects send on the amp, and I'm going to send it to the Mooer radar. And you'll notice this time I have the power amp simulation on, and I have it set to an EL34 based power amp. So let's see what that sounds like. Once again, that was using the effects send on the amp, so that's essentially using the preamp of the amp, but then the power amp and cabinet simulation coming from the pedal. Next, I'll demonstrate using the headphone out from the amplifier. Now, the Bugera G5 that I'm using actually has cabinet simulation on the headphone out, but to me, it doesn't sound very good, so I think adding the Mooer radar to that actually makes it a usable sound, so let's check it out. And for this, I'll be turning the power amp simulation off, because this will be getting power amp simulation from the headphone out. lastly, I'm going to run it directly from pedals into the Mooer radar. So this is using the power amp simulation, and really you could tweak the EQ a bit, but right now I just have the EQ rolling some of the low end off. Again, this is the TC Electronic Dark Matter, Mooer Re-Echo, Mooer radar. Let's see what that sounds like. A little sloppy there, whatever. In my honest opinion, this Mooer radar is probably the best piece of gear I've gotten in a long time. It allows me to do this silent recording so effortlessly, and I haven't even gotten to third-party impulse responses loaded in there. I've just been using the stock ones, and I think they sound great. So anyways, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at GuitarGuideChuck, Facebook.com/ChucksGuitarGeekery, and follow my blog at ChucksGuitarGeekery.com. Until next time, cheers.